Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 5th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what we have coming up for you this week. Definitely some changes, and let's see. Yeah, I like it. Seven of Hearts. For those of you who are not in relationships, very simply doubts about love and things like that. I just said it to Aries. I think that everybody at this time needs to keep an abundance mentality when it comes to relationships. It's not what I said to Aries is it's not a good time to just lock in on one person. You know, if you have somebody you're interested in at work or something like that, having that, just thinking that one person is the one for you is definitely not a good idea at this time. We have a lot of restriction around relationships. I see it in the astrology, and I think if we only focus on one person, then there's just more restriction that comes on to us. So definitely time to open up to love and to open up to dating and things like that. I mean, Saturn and Sagittarius, to me, is the prove it. It represents prove it. Anything we want, the universe is like, well, prove it. So we can't just even date one person. We have to try. We have to date. We have to literally go out with multiple people, for example, at this time, because the universe is like, well, you want love, but you're only willing to date this one person. You're not willing to date all these other people. So then, Saturn and Sagittarius just puts more restriction upon us. So, like I said, not a good time, especially at the end. I mean, Saturn is in the last decan. It's in the last third of Sagittarius at this time. And to me, the last decan can definitely be the most challenging, depending on what sign it is, or it can really, ask us more. So definitely think about that. But this is also a card of, to me that represents repetition. And I wouldn't normally say that, but you have the Nine of Clubs here as well. And these two cards are about just doing things over and over again, I think, but actually in a good way. So I think if any of you are having to do repetitive work or anything this week where you have to do something over and over, I think it'll be easy for you. You even have the Joker, which kind of makes work easy for you at this time, during this week, and so I think that will be good for you. Next, you have the Two of Spades. Some of you could be dealing with some sort of separation, especially in relationships. And again, past relationships, we have Mars moving into Cancer. Terrible time for past relationships, and also a bad time for thinking that you're going to get your ex back or something like that. So, definitely a time to also try to move on. But this is also a card that just represents a separation from beliefs and changing your mind and things like that at this time. Next, you have the Ace of Spades. Very good card. Card of rebirth, transformation, kind of like the Phoenix rising from the ashes type of deal here. Having experienced a lot of difficulties, but being able to move forward now and move past those difficulties with this card for sure. And I think that I think that it also has to do with cycles as well. Like I said, when I started the reading, I got this thing about cycles. So I think that some of you are doing, but I think it has more to do with repetition. I think that some of you might be doing either repetitive work this week, or you might be getting into some sort of new routine. I think this routine will be very valuable to you. You have the Nine of Clubs. Again, you have several cards here that just to me represent routine, doing something over and over again in some sort of a routine. It's kind of the only message that's coming in for you this week, so I think it might be kind of the most important thing for you to focus on this week as well, some sort of routine. But this is also an amazing card for achievements, recognition, reaching goals, and putting in hard work into things that you want. But it's a great card because it can represent, again, promotions. It's a card of new responsibility as well. So it can represent promotions, new jobs, taking on new jobs, things like that. And it can also, of course, the forever message for Taurus is that, you have to step up into taking new responsibilities. I really think that in the future, Tauruses, you're all going to be taking kind of more leadership roles in whatever it is that you're in. Relationships, business, all sorts of things, leading groups and things like that. So any one of those things that you can think about doing, I think would be very beneficial, maybe even profitable for you, especially if it's involving business or work or some sort of networking group or something like that. Next, you have the Joker. So definitely very busy this week and, focusing on a lot of work and things like that. You also have the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs is called the Fox in the Lenormand card reading system, and this card is very similar. They're both cards of the trickster, cards of needing to shape shift and things along those lines, needing to become something for in a group, or needing to become something else, or needing to put on different masks and things like that. It's not about being fake, but it's definitely about needing to blend in at certain times, needing to figure that out. Both of these cards say that you will be able to do that. You will be able to change. Even the Two of Spades, like I said, Two of Spades is a card of changes, just things changing. It could even just be you, again, changing the way people see you, changing the way that you are. I think that that's a good thing for you this week as well. And next you have the Two of Hearts, a card of matching up with something perfectly. Could be love. Again, like I said, it's when you let go and you just kind of, like I said, start dating that you find the perfect person, right? So great, could be a great week for love. For the rest of you, it could just be you meeting up with like a new friend who's very important for you, family, meeting up with family, or meeting up with some sort of situation that makes you very happy. So definitely a very interesting week for you. Thank you for watching and enjoy your week.